your mother, she is correct. We used to play in the hallway because it was too cold to go outside. I remember that. And I looked up to her, which is funny. Kirby, um, I look up to her and she's younger than me. She is a phenomenal woman. Her dad would be proud of her. My little brother, we struggled when he was first born, when he got about 5 or 6 or 7 years old because it felt like to him he had a second mom. So not only was my mom on him, I was on him. And so he didn't appreciate that relationship because he didn't understand it. He's like, you're not my mom. That's my mom. Stop telling me what to do. And it took us to him being probably 15, 16 before we became to a place where we could be brother and sister. Okay. Because I didn't feel like I had to mother him anymore. Right. Matter of fact, it was when he had his first child, and I think he was probably 17 when he had his first child. And that's when I knew that he was a man. And that I had to treat a man like a man because they deserve to be treated like that. Yeah. And so that's when we were able to be brother and sister. Before that, it was pressure that I felt like I needed to help my mom and then to help raise him. And then it was pressure from him to figure out how to navigate, that's my sister, but I got to listen to her. Right. And so, but we never fell out of love with one another. We've always loved him. I've always had his back. He's always had my back. But the relationship, the brother and sister true relationship bond that we have formulated when he had his first child.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some ventures you have going on today?
Some what?
Some ventures that you have going on today.
I love to decorate. When y'all first walked in, I told you that I'm in the process of decorating. My main priority probably right now is the house.
Okay.
And not the house because I want it to look pretty on the inside. That's for me. Mm. The aesthetics on the inside is for me. But I feel like this property is something that I will use to live out the rest of my life. Okay. If I decide to sell it, I want it to have some equity in it. I want to put money into it. I want a new roof. I want new windows. I want things that is going to put value in it because I bought it for that reason. And so the inside and even the outside, when we sit out to enjoy it, that the beautiful part of it is for our eyes and for us to love where we live and live where we love. But I do believe in putting money back into the property that I own because one day I'm not going to want it anymore. One day I'm going to want to live somewhere where somebody is shoveling the snow for me and just a doorman out front opening the door for me and that somebody's cutting the grass. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life because I've seen how our grandmothers, your great-grandmother, my grandmother, struggled to figure out when to let go. Right. And go live their life because they had got to the age where I don't want you to worry about cutting the grass. I don't want you to worry about shoveling snow. I don't want you to worry about when the furnace break. I want you to take what you bought when you were in your 20s and now that you're in your 60s, go enjoy the fruits of it. You know? And so that's what I learned from both of them. Okay. Yep.
So what are some things that you would like to see women of today improve on?
Our relationships with our men. Okay. Everybody who's close to me know that I'm married. I'm married to a woman. But that has no bearing on my love for black men and my relationships with them. I love my children's father. He is my soulmate. My wife knows that. And he's my soulmate, not on a romantic level, but an intimate level, because we share children. What I can say about the men in our family, and I say this to whoever listens, every man in our family, from a Covington to a Tuft to a Young to a Jenkins, they take care of their children, and they love their children. And every time we have an event, them men got those children behind them. They ain't waiting for them women to drop them off. They not waiting for them women to comb no hair or go buy no new outfit. They got their children with them. And that's what I want to see women today understand, is that no matter what happens, a man on this earth, a black man on this earth deserves to be cherished, honored, no matter what he's going through. And that he deserves for us to respect him on a level that if you say he had a child, he has a right to know if that's his child. We know that those are our children as women because we birthed them. But a man, every man should know if that's his child or not, and a woman should never take offense for a man want to know if this is his blood relation or not. And so what I can say about my family is that y'all love y'all children. And I love y'all for that. Because we cannot raise these children by ourselves. We cannot continue to do that. And I wish that more women and other families would realize how much they need to cherish black men. Especially when it comes to black men with their children. That's a whole different relationship that got nothing to do with you as a woman, you as a mother. You need to nurture that, no matter what it is. And so I just wish I could see something like that happen where we get better at that when we can. Because there's some circumstances where we can't. He's absent, he's gone, he doesn't want to be bothered. We can't infiltrate that. We can't, get in between that. But I want us to get out of our own ways when we can.
Okay.
For our black men with their children.
Okay.
That's what I would like to see for us.
Yeah, totally agree, 100%.
Because I see it in our families, and I think it's love. It's just pure love.
Okay.
Yep.
So as we wrap this interview up, are anybody you want to give a shout out to specifically, or any places?
I want to give a shout out to my whole family. Okay. Just loving y'all. We don't get together the way we need to. And I'm gonna say I take responsibility for my part, and sometimes staying away. But that ain't got nothing to do with them. That's my own shit. And I gotta figure it out. I take the ownership of that. But I love them, and if something break bad, we got each other. I already know that. I'm not confused about that. We're not perfect. We're imperfect people. I want to continue to be imperfect. I want them to continue to be imperfect because that's the way we learn. But I just want the Covington family, Tough family, Young, Jenkins, all them to know I love them, and whatever they ever need, I got it. And I got them. Yep.
You heard it from my own mouth. Well, I want to say thank you, Miss Shenell.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And it's another episode of It's Life. I'm JT, and I'm out.